The star, Rachel Zegler, is unbelievably charmless in public.
I'm a narcissist.
I don't think they're gonna buy it. I don't think they're gonna watch it. I don't think they're gonna like it. But you don't seemingly like your own character, so she comes off as an insufferable, whiny brat.
What an idiot I've been as a young person in this industry who has no filter and no idea what she's doing.
No one on the right side of America can stand the star of this movie.
You know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird.
This truly is the worst casting, maybe, in the history of the film industry.
Every time she speaks, she gets less likable. Spend 1 minute on Snow White and how it totally imploded at the box office this weekend.
What if Hollywood's fairest star found herself at the center of a real-life storm?
And to everyone who hates when I win, the winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. And
Rachel Zegler's Snow White was meant to be Disney's shimmering crown jewel until it spiraled into a $250 million cautionary tale.
I wanted my money back. I was very disappointed. Like so many kids raised on TikTok, she's all for infantata is the only global solution.
Backlash erupted from the start. Fans revolted, her interviews backfired, and political controversy ignited a wildfire online.
So she came out and took a large dump on half of the country, everyone who voted for Trump.
You are not entitled to call for Trump supporters to be harmed.
President Rachel Zegler also posted, F Trump kinds of posts on social media. She also said that she hoped that Trump supporters, quote, never know peace.
As box office numbers crumbled, Zegler's own West Side Story co-star Ariana DeBose posted a cryptic quote about narcissism and then deleted it. A coincidence or a veiled shot? Meanwhile, Zegler skips the Met Gala, stuns in a kiss-covered white Altuzarra gown, and finds unexpected redemption in a surprise streaming hit, Y2K. Now, with Evita on the horizon and tensions rising behind the scenes, the question isn't just what went wrong, it's about what's coming next. Because this isn't just a fall from grace, or it might be the setup for a dramatic second act. Stay with us to know more.
Every way that Disney changed the story, it changed it for the worse.
They are pretending like Rachel Zegler is the first of them all when she looks like Lord Farquaad in the film.
Rachel Zegler is extraordinarily woke, but she's woke in a way that's quite deranged.
The movie is doing catastrophically. They spent $300 million and it currently has a 2.2 out of 10 rating on IMDb.
This is just so typical of the...
Rachel Zegler's Snow White was meant to be a crown jewel in Disney's live-action empire, a glittering feminist reinvention of the studio's first princess. Instead, it's become a $250 million cautionary tale.
Disney is going woke and going broke once again.
Now let's get the latest on the disaster that is Disney's reimagining of Snow White.
One surprise, the move backfired on them. Movie only bringing in $48 million during its opening weekend, film costing $250 million to make.
Unraveling in real time under the weight of controversy, apathy, and unmet expectations.
And I can only hope that despite my flaws and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them,
the film's third weekend numbers told the story in stark terms: a 58% international plunge, a global total barely cresting $150 million, and whispers of a $200 million ceiling. A death knell for a studio that once turned fairy dust into box office gold.
Spoiler alert, that studio did not live happily ever after.
Some may consider it in poor taste to dance on the grave of Snow White after its failure keeping...
Spend 1 minute on Snow White and how it totally imploded at the box office this weekend.
You have nothing to do with the creation of Snow White, right? You should shut up.
That the producers, far left-wing activists in Hollywood, are turning on her, and Disney has canceled all of Rachel Zegler's appearances on their media platforms.
The cracks appeared long before the premiere, when Zegler, a Latina actress with a Tony-winning voice, was cast as the fairest of them all. Purists revolted. Snow White isn't a diversity checkbox, critics snarled online, their fury amplified by Zegler's own missteps. In interviews, she dismissed the 1937 original as weird and outdated, a soundbite that ricocheted across social media, painting her as ungrateful for the legacy she was meant to honor.
I know that you've told me before that your version of Snow White is different and it's more of a 2022 version of Snow White. What did you mean by that?
I mean, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Oh my God.
Meanwhile, Gal Gadot's Evil Queen, a role meant to showcase her regal menace, became a lightning rod for her real-world politics, as her staunch pro-Israel statements alienated segments of the audience.
We challenge hate when we face it, but we do it with love while always striving to make the world a better place.
By opening weekend, the film was bleeding. Moviegoers stayed away, unmoved by the revamped plot. A princess fleeing Gadot's murderous queen with the help of 7 magical creatures, replacing the original dwarves, and a roguish bandit, Andrew Burnap. The changes, meant to sidestep stereotypes, backfired. Critics derided the CGI creatures as soulless, and the bandit's chemistry with Zegler as wooden. Even the musical numbers, belted with Zegler's Broadway-caliber vocals, felt hollow of a pantomime of joy where the heart should have been. Where's the magic? Fans lamented, comparing it to Cinderella's ballroom splendor and beauty, and the Beast's enchanted romance. The answer, it seemed, was buried under a mountain of good intentions gone awry. Disney's quest to modernize Snow White stripped her of the whimsy that once made her timeless. The dwarf's absence, meant to avoid offense, left a void no amount of CGI could fill. The feminist messaging, hammered home in clunky dialogue, felt less empowering and more like a boardroom mandate. By April, the prognosis was grim. Analysts projected a $210 million finish, a catastrophic result for a film that needed $500 million to break even. Social media erupted with schadenfreude. Who's the fairest flop of them all? Memes trended, while industry insiders whispered about the end of Disney's live-action golden age. For Zegler, the backlash was brutal. Once Hollywood's darling after West Side Story, she now faced a storm of think pieces dissecting her every word, every tweet, every red carpet smile. Yet, like any good fairy tale, there's a glimmer of hope. Zegler, ever the fighter, is already pivoting. This summer, she'll star in Evita at London's Palladium, a role that could redeem her if the ghosts of Snow White don't follow her across the Atlantic. For Disney, the path forward is murkier. The studio must reckon with an audience that's grown wary of soulless reboots and hollow wokeness. Can they rediscover the heart that once made magic, or will they keep chasing trends into the thorns? The theatrical world is abuzz with anticipation as the London Palladium prepares to unveil a bold reimagining of Evita, masterminded by visionary director Jamie Lloyd in collaboration with composer Andrew Lloyd Webber and lyricist Tim Rice. At the heart of this revival lies a casting coup. Rachel Zegler, the rising star of West Side Story and Disney's live-action Snow White, will step into the iconic role of Eva Perón, Argentina's polarizing first lady. Producers revealed that Zegler's passion for the part was palpable from the start. When the team began their search, her audition tape arrived like a lightning strike, raw, magnetic, and brimming with the fiery ambition that defined Eva's meteoric rise. She didn't just sing the role, she inhabited it, shared a key producer, who described her performance as sensational and immediately began coordinating with musical supervisors in New York to refine her connection to the score. This production marks a reunion for Jamie Lloyd and Andrew Lloyd Webber, whose shared vision seeks to evolve their 2019 Evita at Regent's Park Open Air Theater into a darker, more intimate exploration of power and mortality. Set against the Palladium's storied stage, the revival promises to strip back the pageantry often associated with the musical, focusing instead on the psychological tension between Eva's public persona and private struggles. Lloyd's signature, minimalist aesthetic, hallmarked by stark lighting and visceral performances, will underscore the story's themes of ambition and decay, offering audiences a fresh lens on the classic tale. Ticket sales have already surged, fueled by Zegler's star power and Lloyd's reputation for reinvention. The production will run from June 14th to September 6, 2025, with a press night on June 27th expected to draw global attention. In a bold move to democratize access, the team has pledged 5,000 tickets priced at $25 for under 30s, key workers, and those receiving government assistance, ensuring the production reaches beyond traditional theatergoers. This isn't just a show, it's a conversation, the creative team emphasized, hinting at post-show discussions and community engagement initiatives. While Zegler's casting has dominated headlines, whispers of a theatrical event have grown louder, with insiders teasing unconventional staging choices. One scene reportedly reimagines Eva's famous balcony address as a claustrophobic confrontation, blurring the line between adoration and surveillance. Meanwhile, Tim Rice's lyrics, once criticized for romanticizing Peronism, will be framed through a contemporary lens, interrogating the cost of celebrity in an age of social media myth-making. As rehearsals loom, questions linger about who will join Zegler in the cast. The role of Che, originally a narrator/rebel, may undergo a gender-swapped or non-traditional reinterpretation, aligning with Lloyd's history of provocative casting. For Zegler, the role caps a whirlwind journey from indie films to Hollywood blockbusters, now anchoring one of the most scrutinized stage productions in recent memory. Eva was a fighter, the actor recently noted, and so am I. With its fusion of political grit and artistic ambition, this Evita aims to be more than a revival, it's a reckoning. As the Palladium's curtains rise next summer, audiences won't just witness Eva Perón's story, they'll confront the seductive, dangerous allure of power itself. Now, the invitations have been sent. The guest list meticulously curated, and the fashion world holds its breath for the 2025 Met Gala. But amidst the flurry of designer gowns and celebrity sightings, one name sparks a particular frisson. Rachel Zegler. Has the Snow White star, fresh from a theatrical run and still navigating the choppy waters of Hollywood scrutiny, secured a coveted spot on fashion's biggest night? According to sources, the answer is a resounding yes. Zegler, it seems, has indeed earned an invitation to the gala, set to take place on May 5th. The theme, superfine, tailoring black style, with a dress code that promises to be tailored for you. But just as the excitement reaches fever pitch, a twist. Zegler's representative confirmed that the actress will not grace the iconic steps of the Metropolitan Museum of Art. So while the likes of Lizzo, Shakira, and Doechii prepare to dazzle in ensembles tailored for the occasion, Zegler will be across the Atlantic, immersed in the tumultuous world of Argentine politics and soaring melodies. Co-chairs Coleman Domingo, Lewis Hamilton, A.P. Rocky, and Pharrell Williams will lead the charge, with LeBron James serving as honorary chair, but the Snow White star will be conspicuously absent. Is this a strategic move? A chance to avoid the Met Gala's merciless fashion critics and instead focus on her theatrical redemption, or simply a case of conflicting schedules? Whatever the reason, Rachel Zegler's absence adds an intriguing layer of drama to an already highly anticipated event, leaving fashionistas to wonder what sartorial statement she might have made, and whether her absence will be felt as keenly as her presence would have been celebrated. From fairy tale princesses to millennial party crashers, Rachel Zegler's career is proving to be anything but predictable. Amidst the Snow White storm, a surprising contender has emerged, not from the hallowed halls of Disney, but from the quirky corners of A24, Y2K. This isn't a tale of princesses and dwarves, but a horror comedy about high schoolers, questionable decisions, and a New Year's Eve party spiraling out of control as the clock strikes midnight in 1999. While Snow White faced a blizzard of online backlash, Y2K quietly conquered the streaming charts. Upon its recent arrival on Max, the film swiftly claimed the coveted top spot, proving that Zegler's appeal extends beyond the realm of fairy tales, even if the box office results were less than stellar. Written and directed by Kyle Mooney, Y2K showcases a different side of Zegler. While Snow White is battling to stay afloat amidst a sea of negative reviews and a less than impressive box office performance, Y2K is finding an audience on streaming, drawn to its blend of Gen Z, humor, and nostalgic terror. It's a testament to Zegler's versatility that she can navigate such contrasting projects. From her debut in Spielberg's West Side Story to her role in the DCEU's Shazam! Fury of the Gods, she has consistently defied expectations, carving a unique path in an industry known for its typecasting. Whether voicing animated characters or leading blockbuster franchises, Zegler's choices are bold and unpredictable. And while she currently doesn't have any upcoming projects listed, one thing is certain: Rachel Zegler is a force to be reckoned with, and Y2K's streaming success is just another chapter in her ever-evolving story. On the other hand, Rachel Zegler turned heads at the April 3rd opening night of George Clooney's Broadway play Good Night and Good Luck in a bold Altuzarra gown that blended whimsy and sophistication. The custom white off-the-shoulder dress, adorned with playful blue kiss prints, featured ruched detailing at the bust and waist, styled with a bedazzled navy clutch and sleek black pumps. While some critics dismissed the lip motif as fast fashion, fans praised its cheeky charm, contrasting her recent Dior-dominated looks like Snow White's embroidered peach premiere gown. Zegler's confidence in glossy lips, straightened hair, and minimal jewelry let the dress's irreverent spirit shine, offering a stylish rebuttal to recent career turbulence. Snow White's box office woes, Y2K's streaming surge. More than a fashion statement, the dress felt like armor, a millennial rebellion against princess stereotypes, proving Zegler's red carpet choices are as defiant as her career pivots. But Rachel Zegler's Snow White reboot continues to generate headlines for all the wrong reasons, with a toxic blend of box office woes and behind-the-scenes drama engulfing the film. The second weekend saw a steep decline in ticket sales, cementing its status as a financial disappointment for Disney, prompting uncomfortable industry whispers. Adding fuel to the fire is a social media maelstrom involving Ariana DeBose, Zegler's West Side Story co-star. DeBose shared, then deleted, an Instagram post featuring the quote, "Narcissism is not something to be coddled or encouraged." The quote, previously used by Jonah Platt, son of Snow White producer Mark Platt, in a since-deleted comment, criticizing Zegler for allegedly hurting the film's box office with her political statements. It ignited speculation of a rift with Zegler. Jonah Platt had defended his father's reported decision to reprimand Zegler for a tweet supporting Palestine following the Snow White trailer. He claimed her views were damaging the film and disregarding the tens of thousands of people relying on its success, while DeBose clarified that her post was unrelated and part of her ongoing dealing with narcissism and apologized for the link, but the damage was done, stirring renewed discussions. Rachel Zegler's story is far from over. From a fairy tale unraveling at the box office to whispers of backstage feuds and viral fashion statements, her journey has been anything but predictable. Yet in the midst of chaos, she's carving a path uniquely her own in embracing controversy, shifting gears with bold roles like Evita and letting her voice be heard both on stage and off. Whether it's a deleted post from Ariana DeBose or a streaming hit that no one saw coming, Zegler's every move keeps audiences guessing. One thing's for sure, in an industry obsessed with perfection, it's the messy, unfiltered comebacks that make the biggest impact. And this might just be the beginning of hers.